Hey guys, so today's the day. So yesterday I left off filming when I had all the posts in for the sprinklers. And so last night we went and got all the piping and all of that. So I'm going to put all of that, I'm going to lay it out, hook it all together today. Then tonight I'm going to go rent the trencher. So I'll have it for 24 hours. So that'll be all day tomorrow until after dark. The only thing that could change these plans is the weather. Not rain, but wind. We're under a red flag warning right now. Apparently, early this morning, like before I got up, it was pretty bad. Right now, it's not bad at all. It's just a nice breeze. Every once in a while, there'll be a gust, but not very strong. The thing is, though, apparently everyone around us, their electricity's off. Somehow we are like right outside the line where they turned it off. And I don't know if that's going to continue. The wind, if it gets worse, we may get ours shut off as well. And it's not so bad about, getting it shut off for a few hours. Could be for up to 3 days. I guess once they turn it off, before they turn it on, they have to go inspect all of the power lines around to make sure they're not down, because that's how most of the wildfires in Southern California get started. The wind blows down a power line, the hills are already dry, there it goes. So if they have to turn it off, they have to turn it off. I'm not going to complain about that. I'd rather have that than, my house burned down. I just don't like working out in the wind. I hate the wind. It messes with my sinuses. So I'm hoping this is as bad as it gets, and then I'll be fine. But I'm going to get started right now, no matter what. So this is where we're going to be starting. This pipe here, I'm going to open up and put the 5 valves in there. I hope I can fit 5 valves in that short area. And then I'm just going to take the pipes, hook them together, and just run them to all 5 of the posts. And then, like I said, tomorrow I'll have the trencher out here, and I'll just run the trencher next to all the pipes, lay them down in, cover them up, hook up the valves, and then I'll just kind of run the tiller over the area, smooth it out, rake it all out, and then hopefully that'll be Thursday. Then I will be able to broadcast the seed, get things going. Pugsley. Still do not have all of our Christmas lights up. Christmas lights and decorations. I don't know. For some reason, I was just not as motivated this year as other years. Maybe because I got so much else going on. Yeah, we hear you. Oh no, I was not expecting that. Oh, lots were broken off. Not too horrible, but... Fake ones still look fine. Maybe I'll do all fake next year. All right, well, now that I've got all the pipe out here and all my materials together, the wind's picking up. But I don't care. I'm gonna just work through it as long as I possibly can and hopefully just finish. That was some of the hardest work I've done in a long, long time. I went to bed last night absolutely exhausted. The trencher was like a beast with a mind of its own. It worked really well on flat ground that had been previously wet, like around the avocado tree. cut through like butter. But some of that out there was hard as rock and on a slant, and it just kept wanting to slide down the hill. Plus, when I got to the bottom of the hill on the first run, because you go down backwards and you're kind of like pulling it, so the gravity was in my favor. And then I got down there, I'm like, whoa, I got to get this all the way back up. So I had Emilie come out, and we just kind of both pulled and inched it back up the hill each time. And there was about 15 feet of section that I still have to use a trenching shovel on, just because it was too much of a slant and it just kept sliding down. I could not get a straight line at all. But most of it's done, and as hard as it was, it would have been near impossible to do the whole thing with a shovel. And the good news is, as hard as it was, I finished in under 3 hours, which I had 4 hours, or I would have to pay for the full day, and so I didn't have to pay for the full day, so that's a bonus. Anyway, I'm on my way right now to take back the trailer, because I had to rent a trailer to get the trencher. And moral of the story is, they had a trencher that was self-propelled, and when I have to do this again in the orchard, I'll be getting that one. It was twice as much, but after trying this, it'll be well worth it. Morning. Never enough, huh? Never enough. So today I'm excited on one hand. On the other hand, I'm super tired, but I need to get this done. Yesterday's forecast for today called for rain, like a 50% chance, which is decent. It was supposed to be all day. Now it switched to, well, as of last night, I haven't even looked this morning. As of last night, it was going to be this evening. So I'm excited on one hand because by the end of today, I should have everything completely ready to sow the seed. Now, because there's a forecast of rain tonight, I'm probably not going to sow the seed today. I'll probably wait till tomorrow, which would be great if it's after the rain, which means that this video will not include sowing the seeds, but it'll be an exciting video because the pasture should be completely ready, smoothed out. It's going to be a lot of work today with the rototiller, raking. Yesterday, what I didn't show you, because I was just too tired to turn the camera on again, I got all of the piping in the trenches. It's not covered up yet. I just have a 15-foot section, like I think I mentioned, that I have to still trench with a shovel. But you can see, well, can't really see. So there's a trench with a pipe in it, and then this trench goes off that way to that post. Now you can see, look at what I did. I painted the PVC that goes up that post a light brown to blend with the post. Now you can see over on this one, there's a difference, right? Can I get them both in the same shot? So you can see it kind of disappears over here on this one versus that one. So I still have to paint that one. I painted this one here, except I need to paint the top, I'm noticing. So yeah, today's gonna be a long day. I'm gonna take you with me. By the end of this video, we should have a lot to show for our work. So we should be finding out pretty soon. I don't know. Just looking around. All right, time to change clothes and get this day going. First thing we got to do is dig the leftover trench here that I couldn't do with the trencher for this last post that hasn't been hooked up yet. I ran the soaker hose last night to just soften it up a little bit. All right, didn't take long. Now I want to try to answer a few questions in advance that I know I'm going to get in the comments. First of all, I want to show you again why I'm digging that in by hand is because on this slope it was very difficult to stay in a straight line because the trencher just wanted to keep sliding down the hill. This is the worst example right here. This was supposed to go straight across there. Instead, that way. So now this was the last one of the day, which I thought was gonna be the easiest, but it was the hardest. So when I got there, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna go with it. I'm just gonna put an elbow there. So now I'm gonna fit the rest of this pipe in here all the way to the post. Now you might also want to say, this is a totally flat area. This would have been much easier to just bring the trencher across here rather than on the slope side. And yes, you're right, but thinking ahead and what is going to be in this section, there's going to be a fence across here, just like that one there. It's going to start there and come out this way all the way across. So I'll be digging again for fence posts. We're going to be planting trees all the way across this berm and other plantings probably, and I just don't want to have to dodge or worry about hitting one of the sprinkler pipes. And so that was a big rule that I had. I want to have all the pipes under the grass where I'm not going to be digging anymore. Another question you might be thinking is that deep enough for this pipe? Well, I'm sure there's a code that says it isn't. But for me, all I have to worry about is the insulation from the weight of Daisy's hooves. And this depth, which is about 8 inches deep, it's going to be fine. Now, we don't get frost or freeze here. Our ground doesn't freeze. So if you live where it freezes, you probably already know this, but in case you don't, check with your local extension office to see how deep your frost line is, and you need to make sure that the piping is below that. All right, all pipes are officially laid and all sprinkler pipes, verticals, are done. Now I'm gonna go see if our valves came in the mail, and we'll get started on that. It's gotta be in one of those. Okay, so this was set up cattywampus, whoever set this up before I was here. You can barely see, but the main water line comes out here and then around this way and back into the monstera bed over there. And then a part comes off here and goes that way where I hooked in the spigot that was wrong. And then this goes off to the rest of the property. So what I was gonna do is hook this in here, replace this with this, but there's really not enough room, and it's gonna put this last pipe like too close to this fence. So I may have to continue the theme of cattywampus layouts by moving this further this way and maybe running a pipe off here, switching this around, so mounting this here with, put a T here and an elbow here, which puts it into this way, and then these can just all go out from there. I think that's the best plan we've got at the moment. All right, all done. This sixth one is gonna be for some future use, so I'm gonna cap it. That was the easy part in the shade. Now comes the manual labor in the sun. And I'm gonna build a little house here to cover the sprinkler valves, because they're not really gonna be buried. I've also been charging up the drone so I can take it over the area. So I'll actually show you guys an aerial view, but it's for me, for future reference, so I know exactly where the lines are going, or almost exactly, at least approximately. That was wet and cold, so I'm gonna go in and take a shower, and I'll fill you in on what changed my plans today after that. All right, that shower felt good. Like I said, this is the hardest work I've done in a while. So I'm gonna show you what we did. Maybe up here from the top would be better. So plans had to change. It's gonna be a few days extra that it's gonna take me to do this now. All of the trenches and pipes are covered up. We put little white flags on the path of all of those because some of them were not as deep as they should be. At least should be for me. I know they should be a lot deeper, probably all of them. But we're going to be going over this with the rototiller. And I don't want to hit any pipes if it digs in too deep. So we put the paths, we marked the paths, and then I did the wet job of calibrating all the sprinklers so that they had the right coverage and they were going far enough and in the right direction. Emilie was picking up debris, and then I went to start the rototiller to actually go over everything, make it nice and soft. Rototiller broke. The pull cord came off in my hand, and I know I can replace it. However, it's been having other problems as well. And since the day I got it, which was 5 years ago, a lot of you have been saying that I needed to get one with the tines in the back rather than the front. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Since I don't have a tractor and the rototiller works as my tractor, I need a stronger one, bigger one, ones with tines in the back, all that good stuff. So hoping to have one of those within the next few days, and then I can finish. But that does push off the date that I was hoping for. I was hoping to have it all done today. I think it breaking was a blessing because I was pushing myself too hard. I had already, even after just yesterday was a lot of work, and then today, yeah, it was a lot of work, and I really needed the break, so I was kind of forced into it. It's probably a good thing. I need that sometimes. So anyway, that's it for this video. On the next video, we should be making a lot more progress. I do owe you a Christmas light tour at night. I'm still not done. This is the latest it's ever been. I'm hoping to get them done by Christmas. Next year I got to start earlier, but anyway, I'll see you next time.